Good evening, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. Here we present to you 7 o'clock news bulletin. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos confers a Nu'man order first class on His Excellency the Kuwaiti ambassador to the Sultanate at the end of his mission, handed over by His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed. Official discussion sessions between the Sultanate and Romania focuses on supporting bilateral cooperation in all fields and exchanging points of views on regional and international issues. Enhancing economic development through entrepreneurship and innovation tops the annual seminar on the Sultanate organized by Sultan Qaboos Center for Culture in Washington. And the Special Economic Zone Authority in Duqm signs 2 use-of-craft agreements for establishing a touristic and commercial complex and mining industries complex. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail, presented to you tonight by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai. The details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed conferred a Nu'man order first class on His Excellency Fahad bin Hajar Al-Mutayri, Kuwaiti ambassador to the Sultanate, at the end of his mission in recognition to his efforts in serving the bilateral relations binding the two brotherly countries. The order was handed over by His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed when he received him at his office this morning. It was attended by His Excellency Sayyid Faisal bin Hamoud Al Busaidi, advisor of the Minister of Heritage and Culture. An official discussion session was held this morning between the Sultanate and Romania at the premises of the Council of Ministers in Muscat. The Omani side was chaired by His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, while the Romanian side was headed by Her Excellency Viorica Dancila, Prime Minister of Romania. Her Excellency the Prime Minister of Romania conveyed greetings of His Excellency Klaus Iohannis, the President of Romania, and the Romanian government to His Majesty the Sultan, and his kind wishes for the Omani people of further progress and prosperity. His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed welcomed her visit to the Sultanate and looking forward for the outcomes to be achieved on the level of enhancing joint cooperation. He also asked Her Excellency the Prime Minister to convey greetings of His Majesty the Sultan to the Romanian leadership and for the people of Romania further development and progress. He as well praised the growing relations binding the two countries, which serves the interest of both nations. The session discussed means of supporting aspects of mutual cooperation in economic, commercial, agriculture, scientific, educational and health fields. It's as well focused on benefiting from available opportunities at the economic and free zones, as well as opening new prospects to further construct investment projects in both countries. The two sides exchange points of views on a number of regional and international issues with mutual concern, and affirmed on sticking to principles and international conventions which will strengthen international peace and security. From her side, Her Excellency Viorica Dancila affirmed that the visit came to develop friendly relations between the two countries, pointing out that her country welcomes the joint cooperation and aviation of Omani investors to invest in Romania, along with exchanging expertise in various fields. She expressed that her country looks forward to signing a number of agreements and memorandum of understanding which supports bilateral relations between both sides. She also hailed the balanced policy being adopted by the Sultanate towards all issues. The session was attended from the Omani side by their excellencies, the Minister of Oil and Gas, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Health, Minister of Education, Secretary General of the Council of Ministers, Minister of State and Governor of Muscat, Minister of Transport and Communications, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, Assistant Secretary General of the Office of Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers Affairs, Sultanate's ambassador accredited to Italy, and non-residents in Romania. From the Romanian side, the session was attended by Their Excellencies members of official delegation accompanying Her Excellency Prime Minister of Romania. It's worth mentioning that Her Excellency the Prime Minister of Romania arrived in the Sultanate last night for a 3-day official visit. In honor of Romanian guest and her accompanying delegation, His Highness Said Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, organized a luncheon at Palace Hotel. The luncheon was attended by a number of Their Highnesses, Their Excellencies, the ministers, advisors, and a number of senior officials of the state and heads of diplomatic mission accredited to the Sultanate. Her Excellency Viorica Dăncilă, Prime Minister of Romania, and her accompanying delegation paid a visit to the National Museum today. She was briefed on the museum, which was built in an area of 13,700 square meters and includes 14 halls. She also got acquainted with the content of the museum, which includes around 5,500 artifacts, which demonstrate Sultanate's deep-rooted civilization. His Highness Said Haitham bin Tariq Al Saeed, Minister of Heritage and Culture, head of the main ministerial committee supervising the Sultanate's participation in Expo 2020, which is hosted by the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, revealed the title and design of the Sultanate's pavilion Oman, Opportunities Across Time, which is inspired by frankincense tree, which is historically linked to Omani heritage and people. The building of the museum represents frankincense tree while standing on a central trunk from which visitor experienced the beginning of branches that scattered to different levels that includes area of the museum. The external design resembles curly branches of frankincense tree. It's worth mentioning that the exhibition continues from October 20th, 2020 until April 4th, 2021. Enhancing economy development through entrepreneurship and innovation, in addition to Oman and USA models, topped the annual seminar about the Sultanate, which is organized by Sultan Qaboos Center for Culture in American capital of Washington. The seminar included dialogue sessions focused on partnership between public and private sectors towards round economy and developing digital market for new industries. Lecturers presented a brief about projects and innovations that aim to transform oil-based economy to an economy based on alternative energy and recycling industries in order to preserve environment. The seminar included participation of a number of academics and specialized experts in management and business development. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and later to come in our news bulletin. Petroleum Development of Oman celebrates the 40th anniversary of uninterrupted gas production. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Saud bin Harb Al Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defence Affairs, along with His Excellency Gavin Williamson, British Defence Secretary, paid a visit to the Governorate of Musandam. During their visit, they toured the aerial and naval commands there and were briefed on all the tasks and duties of the Sultan's armed forces in Musandam Command. His Excellency the British Defence Secretary left the country earlier today after an official several days visit to the Sultanate, during which he had official session of talks with His Excellency the Minister responsible for Defence Affairs. He also attended the concluding ceremony of Ashimokh 2 and the Saif al-Sari'a 3 national exercises. The Minister of Health, His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Saidi, met with Her Excellency Dr. Sorena Bentia, Minister of Health of the Republic of Romania, at Al Bustan Palace Hotel. More detail in the following report. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Saidi, Minister of Health, met with Her Excellency Dr. Sorena Bentia, Minister of Health of the Republic of Romania, during the current visit of the Romanian Prime Minister to the Sultanate. His Excellency the Minister reviewed the development of health care in the Sultanate at various levels. The Romanian Minister of Health provided an overview of the health care in the Republic of Romania and its development in the field of human resources and health field. During the meeting, they discussed aspects of future cooperations in the field of health between the Sultanate and the Republic of Romania. Both sides expressed their desire to agree on a draft memorandum of understanding in the field of training of health personnel, as well as the pharmaceutical industry and technical fields. The meeting was attended by a number of health officials from both sides. Petroleum Development Oman PDO celebrate today at its headquarters 40 years of uninterrupted gas production. The event was presided over by His Excellency Salim bin Nasser Al Aufi and the Secretary of the Ministry of Oil and Gas. More details with Saleh bin Khalfan Al Rahbi.
Petroleum Development Oman PDO celebrated today 40 years of uninterrupted gas production, marking a major milestone in the history of Oman's largest oil and gas producer.
It's very exciting because we just went through the key stages, all the projects, the central processing facilities, the Qatar gas plant, the extraction of liquids. It's been a continuous growth. We've grown a sort of annual increase of about 12% per year. We've got a lot of projects at the moment that are progressing. The great discovery in Mabruk Northeast, the developments in Taizir in the south, the central area showing some great opportunity with seismic imaging getting better and better, higher processing efficiency, higher quality of seeing the subsurface. So we're quite excited about the opportunities emerging.
The history of PDO's gas production began on 29 October 1978, when His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said officially opened the nation's first natural gas processing plant at Ibal during his annual Meet the People tour.
For 4 decades, PDO proudly maintained its position at the center of the evolution of gas in the Sultanate. And we are still the country's main supplier of gas today. As well as meeting the needs of residential customers, gas has fueled the development of Oman.
Recently, PDO opened its Gas Network Operations Center, a state-of-the-art facility in Seyhrol, which monitors and coordinates the production from PDO's 8 gas plants in real time to ensure safe, efficient, and reliable delivery to customers. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan Al Rahbi, Muscat.
His Excellency Yahya bin Saeed Al Jabri, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Special Economic Zone in Duqm, signed 2 Usufruct agreements for establishing touristic and commercial complex and complex for mining industries, including 8 factories implemented at various stages in the specified area for heavy industries. Both projects will be implemented on 133,000 square meter area at a cost of 750,000 for both projects in a number of stages. The signing ceremony was under auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Futaisi, Minister of Transport and Communications. The project is expected to provide 2,000 direct vacancies for national manpower. The projects are considered within mega investments which CZAD to attract them in previous years, which will lead to enhance economic diversification in the Sultanate. The SAS-48H contest, organized by the Information Technology Authority ITA in cooperation and support of Bank Muscat, concluded yesterday. The event was presided over by His Excellency Engineer Ahmed bin Hassan Adhib, Deputy Chairman of ITA's Board of Directors and Undersecretary of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Once again, Saleh bin Khalfan has the detail.
The first prize of the SAS-48 Hackathon goes to Zafafi.
SAS 48-hour contest concluded yesterday, witnessing the participation of 120 contestants distributed into 19 teams, working on different creative ideas in mobile application and web development field during only 48 hours.
The role of the government is to set up such things like SAS 48. Also the role is to base for them the way ahead for this. Also for the companies, the private sector, there's a role to market this type of activities, to take these activities, to launch them in their businesses.
This is the platform that we always wanted for the youth to compete, but also to create an entrepreneurial company, a small SME, that they can really be successful and to serve their society, inshallah.
The competition aimed at encouraging entrepreneurs to develop their creative ideas in different ICT fields, to turn their ideas into successful projects to feed the local market with products and services.
In addition to financing, I think it's very important for the private sector to realize that technology is advancing fast. So some of these applications that are being developed here in the last 48 hours are truly quite amazing applications, and that provide excellent portals for some of these companies to either participate in or actually invest in.
After the demo show of the developed projects, the jury committee announced the winners. The first award went to Zafafi application. The second prize went to Tawlifa application, while Better Twitter app won the third place.
It is not easy to build an idea in 24 hours, but we did it with my great team. We decided that we have to launch this app in the market and make all ladies in Oman use it.
We have no words to describe our feeling. We feel something so special, and we are proud of ourselves and proud of what we did in 48 hours. It's a very short time, but we did a lot, alhamdulillah, and we arrived here.
It is worth mentioning that 60 developers, 25 designers, 35 project managers and marketers participated in this edition of SAS 48 and were distributed among 19 teams to work on the implementation of 19 ideas.
The winners of this competition will have the opportunity to be incubated at SAS Center in the ITA to nurture as emerging Omani companies in the ICT sector. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
Before we go to the weather, we would like to congratulate all the winners. And now, for the weather forecast around the Sultanate, clear skies will prevail over the most of the governorate, with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the governorate of Al-Wusta and the Far. Winds will be northeasterly to south, light to moderate. Seas will be slight to moderate with maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. More details on the screen. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos confers a Nu'man Order First Class on His Excellency the Kuwaiti Ambassador to the Sultanate at the end of his mission handed over by His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Said. The official discussion sessions between the Sultanate and Romania focuses on supporting bilateral cooperation in all fields and exchanging points of views on regional and international issues. Enhancing economic development through entrepreneurship and innovation tops the annual seminar on the Sultanate organized by Sultan Qaboos Center for Culture in Washington. And the Special Economic Zone Authority in Duqm signs two Usufruct agreements for establishing a touristic and commercial complex and mining industries complex. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. From the entire news team and myself, we do thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and good night.